Hey guys, today's video is going to be a review on the Huda Beauty False Filter foundation. Now I got this a few days ago, I got it about last week now, and I've been trying it out for a week, and this is like this has changed my life. That is not an exaggeration in the slightest. It has literally changed my life since I've used it, because recently I have had a few breakouts. Like, I haven't had the best looking skin at the moment, but this has just restored my faith in my face. Honestly, it's just the best thing ever. But yeah, I want to give you like a full in-depth review, show me putting it on my face, show how it looks with like the rest of my makeup on and everything. And also I do use her primer in that, so it's kind of a review with the primer as well, but I am focusing it on the foundation. So let's get into me trying it on, and then after that I will be talking about what my final thoughts are, if it's worth it, and all of that jazz. So I am going to be using the primer as well as obviously the foundation, just because I want to give the foundation sort of like optimum chance to like do well. The primer is more like a skincare product as well as just like priming your face. So I would recommend it, because if I feel like every time I've used it, my pores just feel like a lot more, well, I can't really see them as much, like my face just generally feels a lot more smooth. So having this on my face now, like before it's completely dried, it does feel like kind of tacky, which I really like the feeling of, because I don't know about you guys, I don't really put primer on unless I'm putting foundation on. So having this on makes it feel like it's ready for the foundation. Obviously, like, you'll see what it looks like once the foundation's on, but you can tell, like, once you feel your face, like this area here, I have quite big pores and like quite open pores and very obvious ones. But now I'm feeling it just feels like nothing's there. It's like a, yeah, like I said before, like a skincare product as well as just like priming your skin for the makeup that's about to come. Okay, ignore the super messy hair. Let's get on to the foundation now. So the foundation, my shade is Toasted Coconut, so 240N. That's the one. As you can tell, it is, for me anyway, I'm quite pale naturally, so when I'm having a tan, or like at least a mild tan, this is the perfect shade for me. I haven't looked into one that would suit me for when I'm super pale, but if I'm honest, I probably wouldn't use it anyway, because I don't really like being as pale as I am. So yeah, I'm just going to blend this into my neck. So as you can tell, I'm a bit tanned on my neck at the moment. So as she is recommended on her website and everywhere that I've seen, you only need one pump, and when I've only used one pump, I thought like, no, I'm going to definitely need a bit more. Like, trust me when I say only that much will cover your whole face and like parts of your neck too. So I'm going to zoom you in. Hopefully this is very, very obvious. I am using a beauty blender. Please bear that in mind, that she does recommend obviously using her brush. I haven't bought it yet. I just didn't get around to getting it. I don't even remember seeing it in Selfridges, to be honest. But I must say that beauty blenders still work perfectly well. So if you wanted to use a sponge or another brush, I am certain that this foundation is going to be perfect for you anyway. This is quite a thick foundation, but at the same time, as you saw it just there, it was like dripping down my hand, so it's like a really strange consistency that I haven't come across before. Either a foundation seems to be super thick that it doesn't move off of my hand, or it's so watery that like the moment it touches my hand it's dripping everywhere. So yeah, I just get one finger and then I go dot like 4 across my forehead. I'm actually going to do one area of my face at a time, so I'm going to do up there, and just bring it down the sides a bit. Use a bit of Fix Plus, that's what I use for all foundations anyway, but it's just to like sort of make the beauty blender a bit wet. Okay. So as you can see, like just patting it in, I feel really cliche saying it, but it's like a false filter completely just coming onto your face. Like, look. It's just like I put like a filter, just like, what the hell, like look. Just look at that. Like, I'm shocked. I probably should have done half face, but I'm really not used to doing that, so let's just put like split screen next to each other. I'm going to do this part now. And just blending it, you can tell, like, I don't know if it's just me who feels it, but I could feel like the primer sort of working with the foundation. You can feel it like like I said before, the primer is quite tacky feeling, but not in like a nasty way, kind of like a smoothing way. You can feel like, I don't know, I can feel the sort of foundation melting into that. And I think that's really, really reassuring, because a lot of the time when I have foundations, like, they will stay on for a good amount of time, but they don't ever feel like secure. But this, like, from the get-go, wow, look at that. Like, I can't even. So I've still got quite a lot left actually, and I've still got to do this cheek, so let's do this one. Okay, so I've got quite a lot of redness there. I'm doing it under my eyes, like as if it's concealer as well, because then it reduces the amount of concealer I have to use later. There we go. And look, the amount I have left. I'm going to use the rest like for here. So showing you close up, just without any powder or concealer. Without any concealer or powder, this is what it looks like. I don't know, like, I think I was expecting it to be good, but then when the first time I tried it and I felt like I could be ready for the day with just the foundation on, changed my life. Out of any foundation I've had, the one problem I've always had was, like, it would only look good if I had a concealer with it, or if I put some bronzer on with it or something. Like, this just fits your face so well. Bearing in mind I have a lot of, like, problem areas around here, my nose and everything, and actually I had quite a fair bit on my forehead. It might not have been obvious on camera, but, like, I'm just surprised at how well it can look without anything else on it, and it just like melts. Oh, it just makes you feel like it's a better you almost. This just makes your face a lot more filtered almost, and I think it's really, really cliche like I said earlier, but the filter effect is kind of real. One thing, if Huda Beauty ever watches this video, please, 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 can you make concealers? Oh my god. I'm just going to put like a tiny bit of highlighting concealer under here, just on my eyelids, and there. If you've seen my other tutorials, you'd know I'm a lover of concealer. Like, I always use more concealer than I use probably foundation. I used to like only wear concealer to school and everything, but now I actually just use the foundation, and the concealer sort of like helps with it. The thing I was worried about before I like did use it was how the foundation was going to work with concealers. The thing I do know about like full coverage foundations is they seem to work well on their own, but then once you can like combine it with a concealer which isn't like the same brand or anything, I've had it before where it like doesn't sit as well. It might like separate a little bit, but I haven't had that problem with this foundation. It's been like, it just, like I said with the melting thing, it kind of just merges with everything that you're wearing. Like, I remember when I first tried it in store, I had like my normal foundation and makeup and everything on, and I just, like, my chin area was kind of like coming off, and I put it on there and it just kind of like merged with the rest of my makeup, and I think you'll understand what I mean once you guys try it for yourself. So there's good lighting right now. I'm going to show you. I'm glad good lighting has just come through the window, because now you can see, like, it's just, I love it. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup now. I just wanted to show it with the concealer because I don't know if anyone else has had that problem with like a certain foundation which is full coverage not working with the concealer of yours. I wanted to show that, so it does sit really, really nicely. So this is what the makeup looks like with the rest of my stuff on. By the way, I am using the Huda Beauty highlighter palette in Golden Sands edition. I love this highlighter. That's like another video's worth. I don't think I will do a video on it, but yeah, I love this. Like, it's just heaven. Where I'm just wearing my sort of like natural makeup look, where I just have a bit of bronzer, eyebrows, mascara, and yeah, face makeup. But I'm in love with it. Also, I want to share it with a flashlight on, because you'll see these pictures here. It looks so good on camera, like with flash. So this is what it looks like. Hey, just a quick update on the foundation. How's it looking? Does it look nice? I don't know. I think it looks shit. But No, I'm joking. No, I like. Okay, so it is 9:36. So it's about 7 hours since I first put it on. Please bear in mind I've been shopping, travelling like on the tube and everything, which is very sweaty. If you haven't been on the Underground before, it's very sweaty. Yeah, so I think it's held out pretty well, and I had dinner. Don't know, just gone about my life really. But the only area that's sort of like coming off a bit is like my mouth area, obviously because I've eaten. So everything other than that has sat really well on my face. So usually I would blot my face with like powder, or at least like touch my face like this, but I've like refrained from doing that because I wanted to give like a good, like accurate representation. But everything sat really well on my face, and that's the thing I found with other foundations and everything. Like the foundation might still look really nice, but like the highlighter still won't look like as good, the concealer won't look as good, eyebrows like tend to rub off a little bit more, but bronzer, everything looks like neat. So I'm very, very happy. I hope that's like giving you a bit of insight as to how long it might last. I would keep it on for longer, but I need to go to bed soon, so early night, I can't really keep it on for much longer. But yeah, so as you can see there, I was pretty obsessed with the foundation from the get-go. So like even putting it on with no other concealer on, no other products on, it just makes your face look very flawless. The thing I relate it to is when you're on Snapchat and you use any of the filters that are like pretty filters. So remember the one with like the crown, the flower crown, the dog filter, the heart filter with the on your head. With all of them, it kind of just smooths out your skin and gives it the effect that it is flawless and that you don't really have any blemishes, and also that your skin complexion is just very it's very smooth and very put together, and it definitely matches you. As soon as you do put it on, even if it is like for me on my face, at the moment I have a tan on my body but not on my face, it just makes everything look very seamless and just very put together. Everything seems to be a lot easier, so the blending is a lot easier, and as soon as you do start blending, it's pretty much sorted. Like you don't have to do much more than that. It looks good anyway. Applying it with other products still looks really good, so you don't feel like you have to buy like a really, really high-end concealer just sort of match with how good it is. It does a very good job of coverage. Like it is a very full coverage foundation, but it doesn't feel like that on your face. That's the thing I found with acne and like any blemishes or breakouts I've had. It just makes me feel like the makeup doesn't look as good when I've got like some spots on like the side of my face, but this just kind of like sets everything straight. You're ready to like do the artwork on your face. Like it's really, really good at just like making everything look perfect. Like at the moment I really do not have the best skin, but like this foundation just makes it look like I do, and it just like put so much confidence in you. And like I've never thought that about like a foundation or a makeup product before. Obviously makeup does make me feel more confident, but at the same time I never thought like one single product could do that. And like I said earlier in the video, I would be so happy just to have this foundation on and like set it with powder and leave the house like that. And I never thought that before. Like this is like, it's like a holy product for me now. Big question, is it worth it? I didn't actually know how much it was until I bought it. Actually I didn't realise till like afterwards, because I did buy a few more products from her. It's £32, but I would actually pay hundreds for this thing. With this being the base of your makeup, like the makeup will always look good with this on. And might I just add, the primer did come with the foundation and like a sample, and I did see a difference with having it and not having it. Doesn't mean it doesn't work by itself, it definitely does. I've just found it does stay on a lot longer when you do have the primer on. The foundation, when you do apply it anyway, feels like it's melting into your skin, so like it just feels part of you. Like it's full coverage, but I don't feel like I've got like a lot of makeup on my face. This, you can kind of feel, like I said earlier again, you can kind of feel like the primer working with the foundation. Just a side note, can we just, with this highlighter, like in the pictures that I've shown, here it is again, you can see the highlighters just like, oh, incredible. So yeah, I hope I've done this justice. I honestly don't have a bad word to say about it, and I really wasn't expecting that because I can be quite picky with my makeup. I change my mind quite often, but I've given this a go for a solid week now, and I've seen no signs of like faltering. It's just perfect. I honestly cannot say a bad word about this, and I do hope you guys find it and enjoy it yourself. Another thing which I think is really a good point is that she has, I think it's like over 30 shades, and obviously recently we've had a look at like Fenty Beauty, and I haven't got any myself, but I know that both Rihanna and Huda have done really well in like shade matching, because personally for me, I've been very lucky because my skin tone is always stocked in foundations, but I know a lot of people who are a lot darker or even just a lot lighter, or they just have a shade that doesn't really match with the foundations. It's either too dark or too light. But Huda Beauty, like the one thing I found with all the reviews that I have seen like after using it myself was, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I've actually been able to find my shade. So if you're one of those people who do struggle to find your shade in foundation, this is even more of a reason to try it out, because they do, I know in Selfridges, I don't know where else they stock, I think it's Cult Beauty, I know that they do shade matching. I didn't do that and I still got a right shade, because what I did when I was in store was I just like done a pump on my hand, and I just wanted to test it on like the problem area I was having at the moment, so my chin. So I just wanted to sort of merge it with the rest of my makeup, and it just like melted and just like looked so seamless. So I was really lucky that I found like my shade just immediately. But if you are struggling to like decide which one's yours, there is shade matching people there to do it for you. Anyway, that is the review for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Please let me know if you do try this foundation. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on it, and if Huda Beauty ever watches this, mwah, thank you. I want to rave about this so much. All I've been telling my friends recently is just to go buy it. If not, I will buy it for you. It's just the best thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what other videos you'd like to see. I have got a few uni videos coming up. So yeah, let me know what you'd like to see other than that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.